we are here on a matter that has been raised by the students here. They have been for demonstration. And they moved up to my office, and I met the leaders, and I've come to the college here to meet the students' body. One of the issues they were raising are missing results. The second one, missing results from last year. The second one is poor hygiene surrounding their dormitories, surrounding their classes. And thirdly, they also raised the poor quality of food, which food is not good. They also raised the lack of practicals, and yet they have come here more so for practical work. They also raised how they are being handled badly when they're chasing them for fees and other things. But I am saying we have already met them, and we have all reached consensus. Number one, that the principal should make within this week to go to the Kampala and get the missing results. Secondly, the toilets which are filled up should be drained as fast as possible. The food which is poor, they should also improve on the quality. And the way they are chasing these ones for fees, they should improve. But we also called upon students to tell the parents if they have not paid fees, that is the way to go. They should go and pay fees because they are here because of that fee, much as they are government students. Also, this business of having poor relationship between teachers, teaching staff, and students, we said there is only a lack of communication. They are supposed to work as a team, they are supposed to be here, and there must be respect on both sides. This complaint also of guild having no office, we have called upon the principal to organize at least somewhere for these people to have an office so that they can also conduct their leadership within their offices.
Yeah, we presented these issues of our results to the administrator in the districts and poor feeding, then no election conduct, and freshers party that has been delayed. Then uniform for year ones, that has taken long. Some of the issues that I just got right now was heavy punishment from the administrators. It is very right that we are not happy for what has happened, but the right procedures, like the other thing when I was speaking in the assembly, I told you that the right procedures was to write out your issues, and I also forward them. But this is the very reason that's why you elected me to be your representative. Now when I was talking to you, you were undermining, but I'm the one to make your concern be raised. Previously we used to raise concern, but as I told you that being long in the office, you find someone is too used to that office that cannot take quick response to any issues that the person has raised.
So next time you are organizing any demonstration, have issues which you want your leaders to address. The first issue which was presented by your leaders was you people did exams, like the principal said, the year twos. There were missing results for people who did exams in June, July, and then November, December. 2, there were issues of delay in issuing uniforms. 3, there was a complaint that some lessons were not being conducted. The Department of Electrical and Driving, and then the non-formal. 3, the other issue was you were being chased home for fees balance. The other item was there was no freshers party organized. The other one was there's a poor communication gap between the student leadership, the students, and the parents. And then the other problem was the poor hygiene and sanitation. And then you are not allowed to conduct fellowship for other denominations who are not Catholic or Protestants. Apparently, those were the issues.
Before we go further,
I think after our meeting, we should have enough evidence. We have to check on the food. We go to the toilet, because one should drop into flashback. You have to check. You have to check on the dormitory. Me, at one time, I fell from a decker up. My waist had an issue. The administration never even bothered for me. I used my own money. The food you eat, after eating, you have to go and buy it. You have to eat. No, so you have to go with clarification enough.
No, Jim, to tell the school. Why do you want to take a dorm? You to Twingy, you come, you move to school. Kind Kingi, to uniformly, to come, jam, my pepe to 12, le compagnie, pour les particles. Petit ma bé, le moukel ma kem school ka eni. Ento machalo, me board. Ichi abi you be the meeting kan. La wang lu tino kwan, la wang lu ponye. Mi dok botwa, le moukel ma ukelo ni. Kwa dore ye, kor ke kore. Mano me routine. Yang lu ponye, yang tino kwan, mok ma wano logo. Umaraj dore man, you mean you twin you team member pay a lock lutero. But ya yum ko be ma lokeni. But logo kedgi, king take a pier, kitika nyang, jim du ko ke kore. I take again the call one begging the women win you ni. Mo kan wa logo ye dong, me to yatima, kimokene. Timo ko beddi mo kene tem diri mo kene timo mormot e ba tiri kore ma jaru bod kede be gutu gudore me yo achen me nyuru tam gi bolwa kede be gutu chik mo kene me cha o dora bono to police ma o tem pien ku ya ping no tie nyu ngi ma no be ti bodgi o ti bodgi kija oni ang bono tin ma pol kitigi banya ape ko chulu school fees je mukene wale ko nywal nyum ne ni ape ya tan utum ku chul je ma meta pi school pen egune je ma konyo no je mukera american kwan kai.
Today we woke up to a rude shock when we saw on social media, not officially communicated, that there is a demonstration at the institute and that the students were marching so that they could be heard and their issues be resolved by the RDC. Fortunately, we arrested the situation and we have come to school with all the students, plus the instructors and the principal and the RDC and the DPC and the security fraternity to sort out issues. We have held meetings with the students where they gave in their grievances. Key among their grievances were one, the results that came from the national does not reflect what they did, and there was no clarity to that, and that to us has been a very serious point of which we found the students were right, and we are working on that, and we have directed the principal forthwith to go to Kampala on Wednesday to UBTEP with all the evidences to make sure that all these things are corrected, since it cannot be corrected here. The students also talked of the quality of food, which is wanting. Somehow they are partially correct and they are partially not correct, because when you look at the food that is provided at the school is the bare minimum standard of food, that is beans and posho. Currently we know all the beans and posho are still fresh from last year's harvest, so issues of food was something that to me was questionable. However, there are issues that the students were strongly right upon. We have instructors who have overstayed here like for 30 years and so forth, and they were demanding that these instructors be transferred. But that is not their concern. It's administrative. It's us, the board, who can decide and recommend. Since we came in 4 months ago, we had found here that they were acting principal. So we managed to get a substantively appointed principal. We are working slowly to make sure that we get the new instructors, but not at the students' request, because they have come here not to request for transfers, but to learn. So that is an issue. We also told them that they should concentrate on their studies and make sure. One thing they didn't want to tell the public, which also was something that we found is true, is the issues of payment. 3/4 of them didn't meet the standard, like half did not pay, some paid. So they were using this demonstration, since they were being sent home to get school fees, to make sure that they cover it up. I want to tell my fellow parents, as a parent, we have arrested the situation and we want to go systematically. We don't want to use these emergencies as punishment to any student. No student shall be dismissed. However, we shall have disciplinary issues taken at a certain interval, because we cannot encourage rowdiness. This is an institution that instills discipline, and they are a workmanship institution, so they are going out to look for work. So if we don't bring them to the world properly, it will be a menace. So we shall work on the disciplinary issue together and make sure that we mold these students. I'm also appealing to parents, if you have not paid in your fees for your child, kindly pay. Don't be in a rush. Don't lament or worry that we are not going to send any student today home. We shall be with you in spirit and make sure that this mighty institution gets to its glory. We are
concerning our dormitory, the girls' side. We are having a matron there, but she's not alone. She's as a family in that dormitory of ours there. So what we're requesting from the administrator, it is that when they want us to stay with the matron in our dormitory, the matron should stay alone, not with all the family. Because they think that those people are doing to other, it is worse nowadays. You will find that when we come to the class site here, we go back, we find out things are missing there. And yet we have left no one in the dormitory, only those children of us. That is what we are requesting from the administrator, that when they want we girls to stay with the matron in there, what we are requesting from them is that she should stay alone there, but not with the family. Because there it is not our home, it is a school home. We are paying for it. Even last year, they were like, our children should be sleeping in the dorm, but we chased that kids away from the dormitory because we are big enough, we cannot sleep with those kids in our dormitory. Then secondly, she's keeping the poultry there, but she have changed our dormitory to be a poultry room. That is, we don't want that one, because we know that there are some insects that they can just be biting us from there, what we don't know. That's the only thing we're requesting, for that they should, that matron stay alone in the dormitory, not with our kids. That's
yesterday at around 4, I received a call from the deputy principal. He was telling me students were conducting some meeting, which were categorizing it as being illegal because the agenda was not known to us. Neither permission was sought from us as to why they wanted to have that meeting. So when I tried to coordinate, I called the dean, he was not around. I tried contacting, I told the deputy to call the matron. I decided to come myself here to listen to the students, what was their issue, and see how we can go about them. When I came here, unfortunately, most of the students were not around. Others had gone for football match, but I requested to meet the student leaders. We had a representative of the girls and somebody, the dormitory director. I met the two, I tried discussing with them. To me, they seem to have listened, but they also claimed not to be part of the meeting which was there. They were only informed about the issue. Majorly the issue, as of yesterday, was that student did June-July examination and they were missing marks. Again, the same situation happened when they did November, December examination, because the result came about a week ago. So when that result came, I think missing marks were still there. So that was one of the major issues. To me, I thought of why should we reach up to this level where we cannot understand one another. As the principal, I've only been here for 3 months. If there were issues, bring it to the table of the principal and we talk about them. Why should the student presume that when they present the issue to the principal, it will defeat the principal, or he will not be able to address it? It is an event which is highly regrettable, where such things are not happening, and I must tell you students, I'm very disappointed in you. This is totally annoying. You have a principal who has been here for 3 months, and all the things you've been requesting, I've been working on them. I was told there were some of the issues which were presented when we were together with the RDC and some team, that they wanted freshers party. You did not even come to ask the principal. We talked with the dean. We said, can we have it on Wednesday or Saturday? You knew we had a lot of events. On Friday, you requested that Kanawa is coming here to play. The entire rent for it. We bought balls, we bought refreshment, and we students had to. It is at the discretion of the principal to have either accepted or not, but I accepted it. When we had Women's Day on 8th of March, the dean approached me that the students were requesting that if we can organize for them, for the party, a small ceremony for our girls who are celebrating their day. I accepted in good faith. Is it happening in other schools? Why should you disappoint the principal by bringing issues here, which others are not aware about, like the issue of examination? It happened last year. Result has just come. Before result came, the school had a debt of about 2.3 million for UBT, which was pending last year. 2 days when I learned of that, because examination is very important to me, I had to clear it. They were able to access the exam, which they are now complaining about. Why should you not even appreciate that the principal is doing all that he can within his power to make sure that learning will go on? It's very disappointing. KKA is not the only school where the principal can be. I'm sorry to say this. I can go elsewhere. And you see, if a person with a very clean heart like me, you can get